Welcome! In this video, I'm going to show you I did this red monochromatic look from my rainbow series. Check out my Instagram for the full looks and stuff and things. Also, red is a color. Are you ready for this look? If not, sorry. So yeah, in this look, I am showing you how I did this red floating liner situation with this fun metallic red-ish lip. And yeah, just, you know, having a time. So I'm starting off with foundation already applied, and I have some translucent powder on my highlights to catch any fallout and, you know, make those highlights pop. So I'm going into the Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm starting off with a shade Red Ochre, and I am, you know, starting to lay out this crease. I am pulling it down the nose bridge a little bit and then winging it out in my typical shape, really. I wanted to pull the red down the nose to kind of meet up with the nose contouring, and I wanted to pull up this wing really far up and have it blend into the temple, as you'll see as the look progresses. So yeah, I'm laying out a kind of map of where I want this crease to be, and this is kind of the diffusing color, the transition shade, and then we're gonna build up and make these reds more and more intense as we go on. Now I'm using the shade Ada from the Masquerade palette by Juvia's Place, and I'm using this to go ahead and start deepening this crease and bring in the intense red tones that I wanted for this red look. So I'm building it up specifically in the kind of outer third of my eyelid slash like the crease, and I'm also pulling it down to start lining the eye just to bring some depth there. And yeah, just, you know, depth and red, and who doesn't love red eyeshadow? Like, I love it. So I'm putting this on with a smaller brush and then blending it out with a fluffy brush to keep everything moving. Oh, and I forgot that before I started doing this on my other eye, I actually lined my waterline with a red lip liner. So you can go ahead and do that if you want to. You could also use a red eyeliner if you have one, whatever, or you don't, just, you know, you do you. I don't even know if you're actually doing this look or if you're just watching me do it, but like either way, hi, what's good? Then I went into Venetian Red from the Modern Renaissance palette and continued to deepen up this crease. I love this shade so much. So I'm just continuing to build up the intensity of this red and, you know, blend as I go. Like I said, I'm pulling up the kind of winged portion of this quite high and far up into the temple because that's a fun little like demonic look. I'm not sure why that makes me think that it's like a demonic vibe, but it does, and that's fun. Like, who doesn't want to be a demon every once in a while? But not like a real demon, like the people that we have elected. We, not as in me, but like, you know, send help. Thanks. So I'm still pulling those red shades down the nose a little bit, just slowly, because I don't want it to get too strong and I don't want it to get kind of patchy and blended out onto the nose where it just doesn't really help the cause. Also, to help with that, I'm adding some translucent powder, and by some I mean like quite a bit, on the sides to help feather out that red. Now I'm going into the shade Lucifer, which is a red duochrome highlighter type of shade that I made for Cadaver Cosmetics. Follow us on Instagram, us as in me, cool. And I put that on the lid as well as the inner corner, and then to get a more intense inner corner highlight, I just dampened a brush with some setting spray and boom, highlighted. Moving on to this bright red metallic floating liner crease thing, I'm taking the Milani Amore Matte Metallic in Mattely in Love, and I am putting on this liner situation. The first portion that I'm doing is the kind of crease bit, and this goes from near the inner corner out, and then instead of following the crease and rounding down, it kind of starts to flick up towards the brow. I guess sort of near where the end of my eye is. And then the outer portion of the floating wing pulls out from my outer corner up, and then instead of meeting up with where that crease one was, it goes below it and feathers out, if that makes sense. If not, like, I'm hoping the visual helps make that make sense. I don't know. Also, I love how the eye that I do on camera doesn't look as good as the one I did off camera, but you know, that's how it always works. looks. So then I dusted off all of that excess powder, and then I'm going ahead and deepening up my contours with the NYX Blush and Taupe. You know, I am just a broken record, get into the groove. I contoured pretty heavily because I wanted more of a sharp, very high contrast look going on. So, you know, there's that. Now I'm going into the NYX Tame and Frame Brow Pomade, and I am, you know, defining these brows. As you can see, I messed up, but it's cool. I'll fix it with concealer. And then I go over that with the Essence Make Me Brow Gel, just to hold my hairs in place and make sure everything is how I want it to be. It also helps define the front of my eyebrow so I can easily do an ombre type of situation, then cleaning up with concealer and, you know, highlighting my face with that same duochrome shadow in Lucifer to bring some red duochrome to my whole face in existence. Now I'm going into a different Milani Amore Matte Metallic Lipstick, and this is in Pretty Problematic, which that name is just amazing. It's weird because depending on lighting, it was reading different tones, but that's fine. So here it's reading as like a nice cranberry color, and then I went over it with that same shadow in Lucifer again to bring in some sparkle and metallic, but that made it turn a little bit like purpley, which I really like the way it looked. It's not necessarily the shade that I was gonna go for, but I do like the way it came out. So there is that. And yeah, that's how I did this red look. I feel like if we're not in a close-up, you can't really see the liner situation, but that's fine. I do love the way that this liner came out, like, not to toot my own horn, but like, I really like it. And it actually was not hard to do, so I kind of might start doing that more frequently, so there's that. Also, you know, floating liner, I always get inspired by working with monoliths on Instagram, so yeah, why am I still like fake whispering? I don't know. Wow, yeah, this is a look. It's fun. It's red and so I don't know if you've noticed, but I've just been pulling my hair up because I'm like, I don't know what to do with it. And I have since cut off the dyed portions because they were so dead. It was like killing the rest of my hair. As soon as I cut it, the rest just looks so much healthier. Now I'm stuck at this like weird indecisive moment, which is me always, where I'm like, should I cut the sides of my hair as I usually do or just let them grow out? So like, hey, people on the internet, feel free to tell me what to do with my hair because like, I don't know, should I grow out the sides of my hair and have a full head of hair for the first time in like a really, really long time? Or should I continue to shave it as I've been doing for years? Like, somebody tell me, because that's what like friends do and like internet people, like, let me know what I should do with my hair because I don't like to make decisions. So like, thanks, I appreciate it. We come in peace. Subscribe for new videos whenever they get posted. Social media crap in the description. Okay, bye. What a time.